Alright, today we got a power wash loader tractor. Got the Hotsy power washer. Just gonna get mostly the main areas, get them really good. The bucket, wash that out. Gonna make sure to wash this out right here. Wash all underneath. Wash the loader off. Wash the exhaust and intake off. Wash in behind the wheels, the windows, everything. Wheels, everything. And main important, this is really all dirty. Shut these off here, shut them, and then wash the whole back end and make sure to get the grease off and all the hydraulic fluid off of there and hydraulic oil off. And like I said, wash the windows off because they're really dirty. So gonna wash all that off. Gotta wash everything off here. So I'm walking around seeing what I gotta wash off, seeing what I gotta watch out for, make sure I don't hit all the lights, or making sure I'm not hitting stuff or power washing too firmly on something that I'd break it, like plastic and such. So you gotta be careful about that. But simple power wash system here, the Hotsy, I would say one of the best on the market. We put it on heat. I think we run about 130 degree temperature. Hose gets put in here. It's powered by diesel. I put the nozzle on right here, and then I don't know, 50 feet of reel here of hose that I can just run out to the tractor. And then when we're running bigger equipment, like over here, when I'm washing the drill, like I'll be bringing over the skid loader. I gotta bring that down. After the loader tractor's washed, I gotta do the skid loader. And then I also gotta do the TMR tractor. Just a few things before winter.
Gravel roads, that's how we roll, that's what we know. With a prayer on our lips and the wind in our hair, we stand tall no matter where. I got the flag on my back, boots on the ground, from the city to the country. We hold it down, God and guns, yeah, that's our creed. We stand firm, never bend, never bleed. Gravel roads twisting, that's where we thrive. From the work we do to the lives we drive, in the heart of the land where freedom's earned. We fight for it all, we never turn. God, guns, and gravel roads, that's the way we live. It's in our souls. We stand on the line, we fight for what's right. God, guns.
Alright, so I got it done. Heat's still running for the next vehicle to get done, which is a skid loader. I'll be bringing that down. Looks pretty good. Not real nitpicky, but I'll tell you right now, that's a difference. That is what you call a difference. You cannot see any hydraulic liquid anywhere. There's still rust there. I mean, you've got paint chips. That's defects of owning it, but I mean, it looks way better than what was before. Tires, that's not going to change. Rims, I got all except, whatever that's rust and whatnot still on them. But I'm just going to give it one last rinse down and everything, get kind of things nitpicky. But that is the gist of it. Bucket, you can't do too much about it. It's got wear and tear from digging through the feed. But that's the gist of it. She looks really good. Alright, real simple procedure here. Real simple on the skid loaders. Get the main area, the wheels back in there where it's all cruddy there. Get in behind the hydraulics here. I may even lift the boom up so I can get in back there in the mid video. Get on the front area and get, what's that doing in there? Stone in there. Get like hydraulics. Get the windows a little bit because you don't want to get water in there, but try to wash them off a bit. The whole back here, like all this too, and get the manure out of there and try to clean the back off good. Don't get water in to the exhaust, but get the intake washed off. Much simpler than the loader tractor, but still needs to get done every so often. And then last but not least, gotta get the bucket here as I'm preparing. Clean out everything as much as I can, and then I'll hook back up to it and dump the water out. Real simple.
To the fire in the night. Freedom ain't free, but we stand and fight. So we march, so we ride with the flag held high.
I honestly can't wait for the before and after picture of what it looked like before and because you can obviously just tell. Like, I didn't have to get in here and lift the boom or anything up. It cleaned up itself. You saw everything just blowing up through on the time lapse there. But I cleaned up the intake, didn't get anything in the exhaust really. Cleaned up the back, cleaned up everything, cleaned up in underneath, in behind the wheels, in up here, cleaned up in there. There's nothing in there now. Clean up the windows. I'll probably spray it one more time over just to get the windows off and kind of get the lights cleaned off, but it cleaned up really nice. Then you got the bucket here. They cleaned up really nice, obviously, as well, too. Didn't have much except a little bit of feed in there that was stuck on, but the whole back was just covered because of, you know, the tires are spewing up dirt and mud and shit. And then you got this cleaned up now because this is basically your mud guard right there off of the tire. So that cleaned up everything really well. Last but not least, 7630, which is also the TMR tractor for the Pats V500. One of my most long form videos that has best views is with the TMR and feeding cows. This is the tractor that's usually on it during the summer. And then we put 7720, which is the packing tractor, over the winter because it has 4-wheel drive. This has 2-wheel drive. So I'll be mainly pertaining to do the tractor as the main brunt, you know, hydraulics is like the loader tractor to get all that cleaned up again. I may spray off a little of this, the step, and by the PTO and get that feed sprayed off and stuff, but majority is just around the tractor, the wheelbase, the tires, the rims, the windows, the hood, just the main general of the tractor, just as like I did before. Nothing changes when we power wash the tractors. They're all pretty much the same.
I was raised in the rust, built tough as nails, where the wind cut sharp and the weak boys bail. I felt the dirt, I've tasted steel, but I ain't never bowed and I never...
That's transformed right there. That's a transformation. So I got all rid of the dirt, rims, wheelbase. I would say this is a lot easier. Like getting by the hydraulics and everything is a lot easier than the loader tractor. Everything's more compact on that tractor. It's easier to get in here and on the other side, and then all around here. Got out the windows and everything else, you know, as normal. Like that has a loader on, which serves its purpose, but this is more open, and that's why it's easier to get into all the different places. Like it's easier to get in these rims and clean them out really good, make them still look yellow. And I mean, this is sun faded here, that's sun faded, the inner's not so much, but getting all the grime off and everything. And then got all the feed gone here on the TMR, and try to clean out this channel here really good. Can't get it all, but didn't get all of it, but got most of it, and cleaned up by the hydraulics there, and the same on the other side. I cleaned up on the hydraulic there where hydraulic spewed out and made a mess. Really can't get in here because there's no place for the water to run, so it's a little bit wet in there, but that's fine. When the feed comes out, it'll wash itself out. So that about wraps up the video for today. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're building so far, I think we're a little over 300 subscribers. We're just building slowly. If you haven't already, like the video, leave a comment. What do you think? Do you clean it more or do you clean it less? What did I miss? You know, if you saw something that I missed, let me know. I'll clean it next time. But other than that, this is the end of the video. See you in the next one.